2024 at the ADM+S Research Center has been a year of significant growth, impact, and achievement across our research programs. The ADM+S Research Center has grown to include 220 researchers working alongside key industry partners and with an affiliate network of 80, spanning across Australia and internationally.
Since 2020, the Centre of Excellence for Automated Decision-Making in Society has investigated new technologies of artificial intelligence and automation and the ways in which they impact on society. To mark the second half of the Centre, we've launched new signature projects that respond to the emergence of new technologies such as generative AI and to chart the ways in which they impact on society, the environment, and the economy. As one chapter closes, we want to thank all of the ADM+S alumni who've contributed to the research that we've done already and welcome in a new set of researchers, of research fellows, PhD students and research support staff.
My name is Dr. Christopher O'Neill. I recently finished a 3-year postdoctoral research fellowship at the Monash University node of the ADM+S. I got to work with Professor Mark Andreevich, whose work has been very, very important to me for a long time. The sort of opportunity that's been given ECRs, you have like an incredible amount of freedom, an incredible amount of encouragement to develop your own path as a researcher. It's a centre of excellence, but it is actually excellent. You know, like it's the best people. I mean, they're just without parallel.
I'm Alexander, and as of July earlier this year, I'm a research fellow at the ADM+S Center, working on the signature project Australian Search Experience 2.0. I found it really great in this center, the opportunity to work with people that coming from different disciplines, such as social studies. We have people that working on human-computer interaction, and having the opportunity to work with those interdisciplinary people is something that I appreciate a lot, and I'm really excited about getting this project going.
2024 was our mobilities year in ADM+S, and that gave us the opportunity to celebrate and speak about and present the wide range of fabulous work that we've been doing around automated and AI and mobilities in Australia. We're really able to bring together the people working across our centre coming from different disciplines. So it involved computer scientists, social scientists, people from media and communications, people from other areas in academia really coming together to talk about the work that we've been doing, some of which has been collective, but also enabling us to look at how those different disciplines work together. What can we learn and how can we be more by speaking from those different disciplinary perspectives? And we really demonstrated the depth and the range of the knowledge that ADM+S has produced around mobilities. And we're really looking forward to sharing that much more broadly as time goes on and engaging with different partners and different disciplines and different organisations with our work.
A highlight of the year was the successful completion of our ARC midterm review, which affirmed the strength of our vision and the impact of our research. The review commended our interdisciplinary approach, the depth of our partnerships, and the progress that we've made in addressing the critical challenges of automated decision-making in society.
In June this year, we were extremely pleased to see the launch of the Australian Internet Observatory, which is an initiative of the ADM+S Centre and is supported through an investment from the Australian Research Data Commons. The Australian Internet Observatory will be working to open the black box of digital platforms and social data for researchers across education, government, civil society and industry.
Another significant feature of this year was the launch of the Open Access Library by ADM+S. This Open Access Library has user-friendly interface and advanced search capabilities that can enable researchers, policymakers, and the public to access and interact with a whole body of knowledge created by ADM+S researchers. There, you will find more than 400 new outputs created by ADM+S researchers this year.
One of the exciting things that happened this year was that 3 of our ADM+S researchers were appointed to the Australian Government's Artificial Intelligence Expert Group to come up with a policy response for AI in Australia. And they've come up with a proposal for mandatory guardrails for AI in Australia, which has been importantly informed by our research at the ADM+S Centre. Within the regulatory project, we're developing a specific work stream devoted to producing whole of centre submissions to government inquiries. We're finding that the rapidly developing technologies are demanding that we're ready to translate ADM+S research into policy ideas and submissions all the time. So we really need to have a capacity built in to make that happen and to make sure that we're bringing together all the research that we're doing across the whole centre.
The CPRC and ADM+S collaboration has been such a fruitful one. Bringing together our policy analysis and the academic research has meant we've been able to do research and share insights in a way that we've not done before. And then leading that to policy recommendations, it was just such a great collaboration and one that we're very grateful for.
The Victorian Law Reform Commission approached the ADM+S to set up a reference group for their inquiry into how AI is being used in the court system and what guidelines there should be around that. And towards the end of the year, we collaborated with the Victorian Law Reform Commission to run a really successful panel to engage the public, the legal profession and the judiciary to talk about how AI is and should be being used in the court system.
This year has also been significant for our grants and awards with 2 DECRAs, a Women in AI Award, 2 Australian Research Council Early Career Industry Fellowships, and 12 projects, including ADM+S members, announced as part of the 2025 ARC Discovery Project Round, to name just a few.
In 2024, the Mapping the Digital Gap project team completed their final round of research in remote First Nations communities. So across 3 years, we've been tracking the evolution of digital inclusion in these sites over time. As of this year, the data we're collecting is now used by the Productivity Commission to track progress against the federal Closing the Gap Target 17. And in exciting news, the Mapping the Digital Gap project has also been renewed for another 4 years by our project partner Telstra. So we'll be doing research in all new communities from 2025, continuing to provide that critical data as the world increasingly moves online.
We kept a very busy events calendar this year with public lectures, workshops, research training activities, and community engagements. A few highlights included the 2024 ADM+S DMRC Summer School held at QUT, the Recommendation Systems for Public Service Media Hackathon hosted in partnership with ABC, our Are There Elections Possible in the Age of AI event held in partnership with the University of Southern California's Election Cybersecurity Initiative, and the Digital Platform Economy's Value from Data Symposium held at the New School in New York City in partnership with the Platform Economy's Research Network.
We continue to find new and engaging ways to communicate our research and findings to various audiences and stakeholders, including the new ADM+S in Conversation podcast series, Expert Explainers, Ask Me Anything campaigns, as well as creative outputs such as zines, exhibitions, documentaries, and more.
One thing that I really appreciate about ADM+S, that there is like that big sort of stream of work that is actually targeting that knowledge translation and making all this complex work that we are doing actually accessible. Because I think that that's not very common in academia, unfortunately, and I think that, you know, the contribution that ADM+S is making in that regard is really, really important, and I just love being part of it.
ADM+S artist researcher Dr. Joel Stern and collaborator Sean Dockeray curated This Hideous Replica, an exhibition and public program of artworks, performances, screenings, workshops, and other uncanny encounters as part of Melbourne's Now or Never festival.
The show really thematises this idea of replication as one of the characteristic features of contemporary life. And of course, you can't talk about replication in 2024 without also talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, generative AI, and the notion that machines can replicate many of the things that we used to think of as human culture, human production, human thinking.
Another exciting output from ADMS this year was the result of a winning idea from our 2023 hackathon. The multidisciplinary Subzero Bias team took out first prize, securing research funds to continue the project's development with guidance from experts at Campbell and the continuous support of ADMS industry partners. They created the Subzero Bias cards, an AI co-pilot strategy to reduce human and machine bias in large language models such as ChatGPT.
As we prepare for 2025, we'll change our focus to our third focus area, social services. During this year, we will build on and extend our connections with social service organisations such as Red Cross and the Australian Council of Social Services. We'll investigate the way in which new technologies such as generative AI are being used in not-for-profit sectors and government, but also the implications for citizens and service users. We look forward to strengthening these partnerships and creating new ones to better understand and respond to the ways in which AI and automation is used in social services and the impacts that it has on society.